that didn't stop Irvin from escalating it into a huge thing that McIver refused to back down from. The two got into an all-out...
I think, like I said, like he said, he's not a rookie. How the hell you gonna tell somebody to get out the barbershop because you think you got seniority? He ain't no damn rookie. Gotta make somebody get up like, man, come on, man. You can't do that.
brawl. One thing led to another, and Irvin eventually grabbed a pair of scissors and stabbed McIver in the neck, missing his carotid artery by inch.
So you that crazy? Yo, what it is, what it ain't, YouTube. This your boy MJT, aka MJ Talented Reacts, coming to you with a banger reaction video, man. Let's get it, let's go. Yes, sir, man. We got another video for y'all, dog, finna react to. Let's get into it right away, man. Then we finna react to Nonstop. Shout out to Nonstop, man. Great content that you putting out, bro. We finna react to NFL teammates who hated each other the most, all right? And yeah, I've been watching the NFL this season. Who y'all got winning the Super Bowl this year? Who y'all got going to the Super Bowl this year? I'm a Steelers fan. I'm hoping that the Steelers, but I doubt it because their offense is average at best. I'm gonna go with Baltimore and Detroit. I do not want to see Kansas City freaking go to another Super Bowl and potentially win a third championship in a row with a three-peat, bro. Nah, I don't want to see that. So Baltimore and the Lions, bro. I got going to the Super Bowl. Who y'all got going? I want you to comment down below. Turn on post notifications to be alerted when I post a new video, and like and subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Football is the ultimate team game, but that doesn't mean teammates always see eye to eye. Today we are looking at some NFL teammates who absolutely hated each other. Michael Irvin and Everett McIver. Being backstabbed by a friend or even a teammate isn't all that uncommon, but rarely has anyone ever been stabbed in the neck. That is, unless you're Everett McIver, standing between Michael Irvin and his haircut. Michael Irvin was no stranger to on-field greatness or off-field craziness, but this moment definitely falls into the latter category. With the hectic schedule that is NFL training camp, most teams have a barbershop at the facility to keep their players fresh. When Michael Irvin walked into the Cowboys barbershop, he saw big Everett McIver sitting in a chair. We mean like 6'5", 325 pounds big. The Cowboys' fifth-year O-lineman was getting lined up when Irvin lost his mind. He started screaming seniority over and over again. Irvin, making sure his position was known, expected the younger player to leave the chair so that he could get lined up. Now let's be clear, McIver had been around a while. Like his fellow offensive lineman said next to him, "You ain't no rookie, he can't tell you what to do." But that didn't stop Irvin from escalating it into a huge thing that McIver refused to back down from. The two got into an all-out...
I think, like I said, like he said, he's not a rookie. How the hell you gonna tell somebody to get out the barbershop because you think you got seniority? He ain't no damn rookie. Now, if you talking about like talent-wise, like, oh, I'm the best player or one of the best players on his team, you got to get up. I still don't feel right about that, bro. Yeah, you just testing the manhood at this moment. Try to make somebody get up, like, man, come on, man, you can't do that. Barbershop
brawl. One thing led to another, and Irvin eventually grabbed a pair of scissors and stabbed McIver in the neck, missing his carotid artery by inch.
So you that crazy? Michael Irvin. You would think that the way he acts on TV, how, you know, seem like he's professional, even though he go crazy over this damn Cowboys team. Lord. But you would think he'd be more professional. Like he ain't that type of guy when it comes to being off the field. To stab somebody in the damn neck because you wanted to get in the chair? To get a lineup? Is it that serious, bruh? Michael. That's crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy.
Inches all over a haircut. Bill Romanowski and Marcus Williams. Bill Romanowski is known, among other things, as a steroid-fueled psychopath and one of the most dirty players in NFL history. While normally he was hated by his opponents, it's only right that he pissed off his fair share of teammates too, namely Marcus Williams. In the middle of the training camp heat, Raiders backup tight end Marcus Williams was tasked with blocking Romanowski. He successfully did so, driving Bill to the sideline, allowing the runner to cut upfield. Assuming the worst, which you can always do with Romanowski, he was mad because of how bad he was manhandled. In retaliation, he grabbed Williams' face mask, violently yanking it until his helmet flew off, then decked him in the face. The punch broke Williams' eye socket, knocked him unconscious, and broke multiple teeth. Romanowski stood over him as he regained consciousness, shouting, "Don't ever effing hold me," before walking off. That punch ended Williams' career. He was sent to the hospital immediately, and not long after, he sued Romanowski over damages. Terrell Owens and Donovan McNabb.
So, you got mad because you got manhandled. Get in the gym, by the way. Weight room over there. So you gonna take this man's helmet off violently sock him in the eye socket. Then you broke this man. Like you knocked out multiple teeth, bro. Like you ended this man's career because you ain't getting the gym hard enough. Or you didn't use steroids more. I heard about him. I heard he was a dirty player and then nobody really liked him like that. But damn. I remember this
tale
feud,
as old
boy.
as time. A receiver.
One of the best wide receiver to quarterback duos of all time. Was on the best football game of all time of 2K5, NFL 2K5. Even though they hated each other, bro, you couldn't tell on the field. Their connection was crazy. Man, they should have won. Like, he got in him twisting, messing up his ankle, Terrell Owens in the playoffs, and he tried to come back in the Super Bowl, but he wasn't all the way there. He still did his thing, but it wasn't enough to win. Man, I wish they would have had that Super Bowl because everybody was talking about this connection, boy.
Unhappy with his quarterback. What started as a great, productive
guts.
pairing with Owens and McNabb soured quickly as the two just never saw eye to eye. They both have totally different stories as to why the beef started as well. Owens felt that McNabb was refusing to throw to him when he was wide open numerous times in a game. Then when he confronted McNabb about it, he told him to shut the F up. McNabb, on the other hand, was annoyed with Owens having to be the central figure of everything. Even with the team's 2 stars at odds, the Eagles were still able to make it to the Super Bowl, where, despite losing, Owens put together an incredible 9-reception, 122-yard performance. When asked about McNabb force-feeding him the ball in the Super Bowl, Owens seemed to be disgusted with the question, saying, "If they would have given it to me a few more times, we probably win." That offseason, in an attempt to express why he deserved a bigger contract, Owens stated, "I wasn't the one who got tired in the Super Bowl." Another jab at McNabb, who multiple teammates have confirmed was so exhausted he puked in the huddle. The next season, Owens and McNabb continued to perform well on the field, but feuded off it. Owens went on TV and publicly stated that if the Eagles had Brett Favre, they would be better off. This was the last straw for the Eagles.
Hey, bro, like that's disrespectful. Another man is playing in the NFL. If y'all would have had Brett Favre, y'all probably would have been in a better position. First of all, y'all went to the Super Bowl the previous year, so how the hell will y'all be in a better position? Y'all had the talent. It's just y'all damn attitude. You wanted the ball to be thrown to you every damn time you was on the field. And then McNabb, I don't know, bro. They should have won the Super Bowl. I'm sorry.
Owens was traded not long after. This beef still lives on to this day, at least to Terrell Owens, who, after all this time, still said in an interview with Shannon Sharpe that he would knock the chunky soup out of McNabb if he got the chance. Steve Smith and Ken Lucas. Steve Smith is known for...
Steve Smith is crazy. He one of them guys that, bro, you know not to mess with, bro. Nah, I ain't... Man, crazy.
Being feisty and competitive. That personality sometimes rubs teammates the wrong way, especially during training camp in the summer heat. Ken Lucas and Steve Smith, particularly, were teammates for 3 years. They regularly jawed across the line at each other and got chippy during plays, but it never came to blows on the field, which is what makes this story even crazier. Rather than scrapping after a play, it was at a water break when all hell broke loose. With Lucas and Smith at the bottom of the pile, the entire team soon cast it on the sideline, into the scuffle. At some point in the battle, Smith punched Ken Lucas in the eye. It would take everybody, even the head coach, to get the two separated. Lucas was carted to the locker room covering his eye with an ice pack. Both players were sent home for the incident. Lucas reportedly broke his nose, but the issues were settled internally. Geno Smith and IK Enemkpali. Now to a beef that had franchise-changing implications. Geno Smith was a starting quarterback of the 2015 New York Jets. IK Enemkpali was a low-round special teams player. Smith agreed to show up to IK's youth football camp in his hometown. IK fronted him $1,200 for hotel and plane fare. Geno then didn't show up to the camp. The two eventually agreed to just split that cost, meaning Smith needed to pay Enemkpali $600. However, when August 11th rolled around, Geno still hadn't reimbursed him. So Enemkpali pressed him that day at training camp. "What are you going to do if I don't pay you?" were the last words of a man who's about to get his jaw broken. One punch would change both men's lives forever. Geno Smith would be out for 6 weeks to get his jaw surgically repaired, while IK Enemkpali was immediately cut. He would have never gotten another job in the NFL if it weren't for a petty Rex Ryan trying to get one over on his old team. The moment was a low point for both players and the Jets. Peyton Manning and Mike Vanderjagt. Now we come to one of the most unlikely beefs between a Hall of Fame quarterback and a kicker. Most people don't remember that in 2001, Peyton Manning was still the QB who couldn't win in the playoffs, with an 0-3 record in the postseason. Vanderjagt was a great kicker, but regardless, he was the kicker. What he would go on to say was out of pocket for a superstar, let alone a specialist. He went on a random TV show and basically said that Peyton Manning and head coach Tony Dungy weren't the right guys to lead the Colts to a Super Bowl. He said that Dungy was too mild-mannered. He even claimed that the Colts would never get any better. Manning, as good a comeback artist off the field as he is on, said this: "Here we are. I'm out at my third Pro Bowl. I'm about to go in and throw a touchdown to Jerry Rice. We're honoring the Hall of Fame, and we're talking about our idiot kicker who got liquored up and ran his mouth. For the rest of his days, Vanderjagt would be known as the idiot kicker." It only took one final missed kick in the playoffs the next season, sending the Colts packing, before Vanderjagt was no longer worth his big mouth. The Colts let him go that offseason in favor of Adam Vinatieri. Peyton and Indy won the Super Bowl the next year. Doug Baldwin, Golden Tate, and Percy Harvin. Percy Harvin
Damn, all
was
three of y'all was beefing with each other? Damn. They gotta be over who getting the most catches or something, or who getting the ball thrown to them the most, or they should get the ball thrown to them the most. Some
enigmatic player, but came with a heap of personal and teammate problems in his
Percy
career.
Harvin was
None
cold,
bigger
though.
than in Seattle,
Especially
where
with
he
the
managed to
Vikings.
make the entire Seahawks receiving room despise him. His first run-in came at the worst possible time, the week of the Super Bowl. When Golden Tate was asked by reporters at Media Day about Harvin's availability because he had missed the previous game with a concussion, he responded that the Seahawks had made it to the Super Bowl without Harvin and intended to win, with or without Harvin. Percy took offense, leading to a scuffle at the team hotel where Harvin punched Tate in the face, blacking his eye, and then body slammed him into a trash can. That altercation really rubbed Doug Baldwin the wrong way, who was the unquestioned leader of the receiver room, and Harvin never addressed it with Tate or Baldwin. He felt they squashed it going into the next season, but when it was brought up again before a preseason game, Baldwin got heated all over again, and he and Percy had to be separated. Safe to say, Harvin wasn't a good fit at Seattle. They traded him just days later to the Jets. Michael Westbrook and Stephen Davis. Now, for our next installment of Training Camp Brawls, we bring you to Washington for perhaps the most famous intra-team fight ever. As the story goes, Michael Westbrook, a Washington receiver, told teammates Brian Mitchell, Terry Allen, and Stephen Davis that they were jealous of him for what he had. Well, Davis didn't take too kindly to that, telling Westbrook to shut up and calling him soft. With the helmets and pads off and cameras on, we were primed for an absolute beatdown. Westbrook jumped on top of Davis, wailing on him over and over again. The fight became Westbrook's legacy. He was fined $50,000 and only stuck around for a few more years. Davis would run for 8,000 yards in his 11-season career. Richie Incognito and Jonathan Martin. This might be the
Richie Incognito, one of the dirtiest linemen in the league when he played. He used to play for the Rams, St. Louis Rams, back in the day, and he always used to get penalized for dirty plays and stuff like that. I think he got in trouble at one point of his career of like being racist or something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. But this man had a lot of... I think he was a dirty player. I think sometimes he was when he actually focuses and actually plays the game the right way. He was a good offensive lineman. I'm not going to lie, but like early part in his career, man, he was a dirty player. I ain't going to fake it. Always getting penalized. Always.
most hate-filled feud ever, and easily the most messed up. Jonathan Martin was an offensive lineman drafted by the Dolphins in 2012, where league vet Richie Incognito was already entrenched. Now, rookies get hazed in sports all the time, but this situation was just flat out wrong. Incognito made it his life's purpose to ruin Martin's NFL experience, regularly bullying, harassing, and abusing him. It all came to a head when a group of Dolphins players walked out on Martin at a restaurant, footing him with the bill. It was the last straw for Martin, who left the team for what was first reported as emotional reasons. It rocked the world of sports when all of Incognito's texts were released, including racial, homophobic, and disgusting. When all of Incognito...
You fucking ass. I should be destroying that bag. I'm sorry, I have put swinging from my... The hell? I ain't gonna read all that, but that's
Those
crazy.
texts were released, including racial, homophobic, and disgusting remarks at Martin. Incognito claimed it was all part of their locker room culture. it was how they bonded. Martin didn't agree with that at all. Martin said he suffered with depression and suicidal thoughts. It didn't help when it came out that the Finns O-line coach helped aid in the humiliation. Martin never played again, retreating to his family back in California. Incognito would be suspended for a year for his inexplicable actions. Antonio Brown versus Ben Roethlisberger.
Man, dog. Like I said, when the Rams left in 2016, I became a Steelers fan. Man, I love this connection between Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown, in this time, before he went on Facebook Live or Instagram Live and messed his whole career up, that man was the best wide receiver in the NFL. Route running extraordinaire. Catch everything that goes his way. Always have over 1,000 receiving yards and 10 plus touchdowns. Man, they should have won the Super Bowl, bro. I know Ben got like 2 of them, but he should have won the third one at some point when they was together in their prime, bro. Sad, bro. Sad.
The most painful breakups come from the closest relationship. Antonio Brown and Big Ben had a connection second to none in the 2010s. With Ben throwing him the ball, AB put together perhaps the greatest 4-year receiving stretch ever. But all great things must come to an end, and in this case, it was far from a storybook. The first public rift came in 2017, after Roethlisberger missed a wide-open AB, which led to Brown yelling and throwing water coolers on the sideline. Big Ben decided, as he became notorious for doing, to air his opinion out on a radio show. He said, "It's just unfortunate that it happened, and it's unfortunate that he acted and reacted that way. Brown is causing a distraction that none of us really need." The first at many public jabs the two would take at each other. Later that season, AB was at fault for an interception that lost them a game against the Broncos. Big Ben threw him under the bus again, stating that he didn't run his route correctly. Many reports of the two insulting each other in team meetings came out, showing that behind closed doors, their relationship was rocky as well. When a former Steelers PR department employee tweeted essentially that Big Ben made AB and that he wouldn't have the same success anywhere else, AB's response shocked Steeler Nation. Trade me. Let's find out. That dissension carried over, and in the final week of the 2018 season, when AB ran the wrong route during a walkthrough practice, Ben screamed for him to be replaced by someone else. A pissed off AB chucked a ball at him and walked out of practice. Brown skipped the rest of the week's practices, which the Steelers tried to cover up, saying he had a knee injury. When he showed up for the game on Sunday and was told he couldn't play, he left at halftime. The image of him in a fur coat would be the last time he was ever seen on a Steelers sideline. He was traded to the Oakland Raiders following the season. AB did congratulate Ben on a great career via Instagram following his retirement this past season, so maybe there is hope for their relationship after all.
This is the end of the video. Bro, like, how, man? Bro, if he would have kept on going, he definitely wouldn't have been in the top 5 wide receivers of all time. But attitude, bro. His attitude messed up. Crazy how that happens, bro. Yeah, crazy how things happen. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, man, this is the end of the video, man. Hope you like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below what you want me to react to next. Turn on post notifications to be alerted of when I post a new video, man. And I'm going to see y'all next time. Peace.